Apple will reportedly release an iPhone without any ports in 2021. Well, I mean, it's a report, but you can kind of see it coming, right? It would kind of make sense. The cable, it feels very, the cable's been around for a while.
Uh-huh.
And you started to see wireless charging become more common. It took some time, though. It took longer than I expected. It's still not as advanced as wired charging from a speed perspective.
Yes.
It's not quite there yet. But you can imagine a future in which they overcome certain barriers and improve and increase the speed at which a device wireless charges or transmits data wirelessly as well.
Or even a longer range.
Even a longer range. Away from the wireless charger?
Yes.
Wow. Really do.
You're just walking around with
Really
it.
do.
It's charging.
It's like I saw a prototype in the past where the car pulls into the garage and it's wirelessly charging from a distance. Yeah, like an electric car, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're always trying to change and improve. And I'm not saying I'm necessarily for it. I don't know because the technology is not in front of us for the time being. But you can foresee a futuristic scenario in which cables kind of become less important. I don't think anybody really likes cables that much, but just yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever the last episode came out, we're talking about these tremendous advancements in charging speed over a cable, quick charge capabilities, all the way up to some theoretical 80% charge in 1 minute. Now, you have to assume it's going to be a long time. Now, granted, I should say that particular example, not out yet. That was done in a lab. But even the versions we have seen from Oppo and Xiaomi's talking about 100-watt quick charge. You still feel like even when Apple does go to, if they do go to the reported cableless future, portless future, you have a hard time believing it will have the same performance as the wired equivalent. But whether or not, how much that matters will probably depend on how enthusiastic the user is. For the average person, they may say, look, I can deal with a slightly slower charge time for the convenience of strictly wireless and never having a cable around. But you also start to wonder about different environments, Will, in your car, how you charge. At the airport, when you need a quick little top up. You're going to need some kind of equipment you carry with the phone outside of a cable. Or does Apple just release their very own power bank? Will, a portable power bank. Does Apple get in that business? And you have this slim portable power bank for those scenarios that you do need to plug into something. Obviously, these are all details that Apple is going to have to hash out, but there are some advantages from going to a portless future. Durability, water resistance, things like this that I can think of. There's no entry point into the device. You're still going to have a speaker grill, I presume, but you would have no major port anymore. There's other implications from an accessory point of view. Whatever accessories you have that you're currently using that Lightning port for, presumably those wouldn't work either in 2021. You got to get new accessories. But it does have a futuristic feel to it. So, again, I can't necessarily say I'm against it. It's just probably going to take a while to get used to the idea, and it probably won't, in the early days, be the enthusiast choice. Is Apple going to skip completely over USB Type-C by doing this? Is that a possibility? I don't know. We could see USB Type-C in 2020 for a single generation and then move, or there could be multiple versions. Maybe the 11 Pro keeps the Type-C port for the Pro users with a substantially faster charge, and maybe the regular 11, well, the 11 now, which would be the 12 or whatever they're going to call it, would be the one to forego the port altogether. Maybe they'll find a way to structure it so that they feel the Pro user still gets the option of at least using the port if necessary, because there's also the syncing aspect. If you take a bunch of photos on the thing, how quickly can you sync wirelessly if you're a pro, if you're a guy like Kirk. If you're a pro, then you might want to use the cable here and there. There's some other rumors that came out along with it. That's the more notable one. Kuo Ming-Chi, that's who the rumor comes from, says Apple is planning 4 OLED iPhones, all of which will have 5G, similar to this year's phones. They'll have a triple camera setup. Some other details, 2 sizes, 6.1-inch model, 6.7-inch model to replace the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. Otherwise, you're looking at something similar. It's kind of crazy. We're talking now about reports on iPhones, not even the next generation iPhone, but the generation after that. That's the state of iPhone rumors 2019. Willie do. You never imagine a day. We're 2 generations deep now. I want to hear reports on 2022 iPhones. Can you hook those up? Who do I need to talk to? Ming-Chi? Ice Universe stays out of the Apple business. If I want to know about Samsung, I got to go to Ice Universe. If I want to know about Apple, I go to Ming-Chi. Yeah, they're the same guy. That's right. Aliases. I don't know. I think you can go see a picture of Ming-Chi. I don't know if you can see a picture of Ice Universe. You can see his hand. Sure, we do a hand examination. Who's who?
Chi.
Somebody created a mini meme saying I was Ice Universe the whole time. I promise you, I'm not. I can't get wallpapers like that. That man's on another level. Somebody said Ice Universe was a female as well, which I don't know. Has that been proven otherwise? I'm not really certain. So, a portless future for the iPhone. You let me know down in the comments if you're all for it or against it. I'm curious. It seems inevitable. The question is how soon, and the question is what are the drawbacks? Like I said, in the immediate sense for me, it's going to be a hit to the charge speed. But even as it stands right now, it's important to note the iPhone, not the fastest charging device on the market, and people seem to be okay with it. I mean, Apple just recently stopped shipping 5-watt chargers just with this generation. So maybe the iOS user base, the charge speed is not a huge thing for them. But at least with the Pro model this year, beginning to get that first taste of the fast charge life, a life that I'm a fan of, Will. I don't want to be tethered. I don't want to be stuck.
No.
I want to be out in the world. I want to dabble, and I want to dance. Dabble and dance. See how that goes?
There you go.